Welcome to Unit 8, Section 4, Lesson 1, Video 1, Transformations. You may remember from previous grades that there are three basic transformations that can be done to a shape. We can do a translation, which is really a slide. We can do a reflection of a shape, or we can do a rotation. And in earlier grades, we may have referred to these three transformations as slides, flips, and turns. And remember that these transformations move a shape without making any changes to its shape or size. Let's look at the three transformations in a little more detail. A translation moves or slides a shape. Consider the following shape. If we want to move it in the direction of the arrow, we would need to slide it to the right and upwards. In this example, we're going to slide it 4 units to the right and 3 units up. That means we will move each vertex 4 units right and 3 units up, and we would get the following image. A reflection flips a shape over to create a mirror image. Let's look at the following object, and we want to reflect it in this line or across this line. The following two vertices, and vertices is just the plural of the word vertex. These two vertices are 2 units to the left of the line, which means if we reflect it, they would need to be 2 units to the right of the line. We can also see that the other vertex is 5 units to the left of the line, which means in the image that vertex would be 5 units to the right of the line. Overall, the image would look like this. The blue triangle is a mirror image of the red triangle. Finally, we'll look at a rotation. A rotation turns a shape. As we learned earlier in this unit, we can rotate a shape clockwise or counterclockwise, and the most common angles we use are 90, 180, and 270. Let's consider the following object, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees about point A. So this would be a 90-degree rotation, and we're going in a clockwise direction. Sometimes when we're doing rotations, you may find it useful to get some tracing paper, or you can even use wax paper from home and trace out the shape and then rotate it. And when we rotate this object, we would discover that the image would end up right here. Let's look at a few more examples. First, if we have this object and this image, what type of transformation occurred? Well, we can see that nothing has rotated and it's not a mirror image, it has simply been a slide. So this is an example of a translation. Next, we have the following object, and this is the image. In this case, it looks like it has been rotated. So in fact, this one is simply a rotation. In the next one, we have the following object, and this is the image. This time we can see that the image looks like it's a mirror image, and in this case, it's been reflected across this line. So this is an example of a reflection. Finally, let's look at the following object, and this is the image. In order to get this image, we could have reflected the object across this green line, so it is an example of a reflection. However, we could have also rotated the object 180 degrees, so this one is also an example of a rotation. Please proceed to video 2.